Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I will be showing you how I created this cool interactive mermaid swimming card. And the mermaid itself, the stamp set is called Fantastic from the Rabbit Hole Designs. And then to create the portion of it where it's interactive, where the mermaid will swim up to the top is from Trinity Stamps. It's Sarah Liz's Emergency Card Kit 3 that you might have seen recently with their space release. And so anyway, here I am creating my back panel, and I'm using ink blending, some Distress inks. I use Uncharted Mariner, and then Distress Oxides Mermaid Lagoon, and Tumbled Glass. And then I head right into the guts of I spritz it also with Fairy Fluff from Lindy's Gang. It adds beautiful shimmer, which will look like hopefully look like bubbles or just the movement of the ocean. So anyway, once I am finished with that, if you want to head straight over, it's 129. So I'm just about there anyway. But I will use 3 pieces from the Essentials card kit, and these are them here. And then what you do is and a piece of acetate. And you see me folding this long piece, and then I take a thin piece of acetate and I add some double-sided tape to that. And then I fold it over around this H card, and I trim off the excess, and then I add double-sided tape on the outside, and then I add that long panel, which is going to get that movement there. And then I add double-sided foam tape, thin from or narrow from scrapbook.com, and then I add it to both sides of that little H. And then I will cut the slit in my base. And so I'm just looking at where I want that positioned. And then there's a little notch at the bottom. And that gives the space for this little piece to, and then you glue that in like that. And so it looks like a little K. And then you put that in the slider portion and make sure it slides easily. And I add little foam to my coral in that, and double-sided tape to the backside, and I adhere it to the very bottom of the acetate, not to the white piece, but to the clear acetate. And then I am removing the double-sided foam tape and adding tape to that little notch and my little mermaid. And you can see it it slides great. And then I didn't have the same thickness of foam, so I am using up all those narrow strips. This is insane. But you see, so I'm doubling them up and I'm adding them there. I have to get more foam tape, obviously. But then I am just adding all my elements from the Rabbit Hole Designs Fantastic Mermaid set, because it's Mermaid still, and just adding all of those elements on, making sure I am not hindering my little mermaid's movement at all. And so I add that mermaid set comes with both of these little kind of scenery scenes of coral and other like plants and things from the ocean. And then I put it on my card base and make sure it's sliding real well. And there it does. I'm so amazed. This is my first one I've used this set with. So it's like, oh, I have to play with it. And then I add this You're Fantastic from the set, this little sentiment up on the side of the mermaid. Again, making sure that it's not covered when she floats up. And then I'm adding a bunch of little elements like I'm finding just the ones I want, searching through there. And I also die cut and colored these little shells. So I'm going to add them to the ocean floor, and just getting my placement here, just the way I want it, which is always takes me a minute to do because I overthink things, and you know, have the hardest time getting the placement of where I want my sequins and sentiment, or I mean my little bits. So, and then on the bottom of that pull down strip, I will use a stamp set from Pear Blossom Press, and it has the little word pull on there. So I will stamp that on. You'll see me here just kind of freehand stamp, and it comes out a little bit crooked, but that's okay. So that's my card, everyone. Thank you.